name. The Dutch are confident, the Dutch are experienced, the Dutch are the favourites. But as we pointed out, Carambula and Ranghieri, they have surprised so many. The first thing you're going to see from this man on screen, Carambula, is the sky ball serve. The second thing that the Italians bring to their game is the love hug, and that seems to get under the skin of the other teams. Here we go. Will Carambula start with the sky ball? Yes, he does. Here we go. That the Dutch have got no problem. A lot of the teams have been looking at the videos in preparation for these semis, and they're now working out how to deal with that difficult and unique serve from the Italian Carambula. The Dutch put the first score on the board. Brouwer with the service. A little too deep, the ball is out. Italy level the scores side out, and Italy will now serve.
The thing with this Italian team, why they've caught so many people off guard, is they are unorthodox. They play a different style of volleyball, a little unconventional, and no problem for Brouwer right there putting it away. But Ranghieri is quite the player. Only 27 years of age, he's 6'6". He's a very big presence at the net. And then Carambula, a great defender, and he's got all sorts of style.
Meeuwsen with service for Holland. Ooh, sends that right into the chest of Carambula. But the smallest man on the court is also one of the quickest. And Carambula has been the star find. Of course, Ranghieri has won a gold this season, but it was with Marco Corminati. And he's now working with Carambula, who's setting himself up as the potential rookie for the 2015 season. Oh, and that's just a little too short, the sky ball serve from Carambula. 3-2 for the Dutch. Here's the Dutch captain, Alexander Brouwer. Ranghieri on the attack for Italy. Right on the line, 3-all. Good start for both teams, no nerves, both settling well. Good serves and side outs from the Italians and the Dutch in the early part of this first set.
Brouwer with a big hit on that left side. You know, this Italian team, I love watching a team like this. They had to battle early on Tuesday and Wednesday in the qualification tournament just to get in the door. Then they're seated 31st in a field of 32 teams. They are the 31st seed, so almost dead last. And so they opened so many eyes of so many of not only the fans, but the players who were shocked. I mean, they had to take down from the United States. They won against Rosenthal and Slick in the first round, and then took down Russia. And then the match against Avandro and Pedro was absolutely incredible, Nick.
Still going with the sky ball. And it's good. Oh, look how difficult the world champions are finding it to work. And look at that. 5-4. Carambula starts to work the crowd as well as the Dutch side here. I love it. Originally born in Uruguay, playing a lot of his volleyball in the USA, coming to the FIVB World Tour, really sending it alight. Oh, Ranghieri would have loved to have blocked that one.
Really powerful hit right there by Alexander Brouwer on the left-hand side. But back to, you know, the Italians. They took down Emanuele and Riccardo, the legends, in 2 sets in pool play. That's when people started to open up their eyes. And then what they did to Avandro and Pedro yesterday in the quarterfinals, winning in 3, 16, 14, I think there's no surprises anymore. Everyone is watching to see what these Italians do.
Let's take a look at Alex Ranghieri's serve here. Oh, look at that for a powerful jump serve. Dynamic and powerful. There's the first love hug from the Italians.
slow-mo.
And they're too clear.
Slow-mo love hug. You're absolutely right. If you're on the opposition looking at them do the slow hug it out, it kind of gets a bit irritating, but it is something special, that serve going right down the middle. So many weapons this Italian team has, and they have continued to shock people.
Oh, they are already shocking the top-ranked team of the 2015 season so far. They're too clear. Oh, Ranghieri got the block but didn't quite get the angle right. He's happy though. He knows that he's reading it well. Valuable point pulled back by the Dutch.
Brouwer on the right, hits the ball, cross-court. Ranghieri, look at the form. It looks perfect, but it just happens to hit his arm at a poor area, which ricochets out of bounds.
Meeuwsen with the service. Carambula up at the net. Oh, it's a cheeky little tip. Oh, no, it's there for the Italians. Oh, and look at this. Brouwer is furious.
This is very interesting. You can't go over the net if the ball's on the other side, but if it gets on top of the net, it's fair game, and Ranghieri puts it away and shakes not so much. The Netherlands not happy about it. They plead their case, but to no avail.
Here's the sky ball serve. Oh, it's amazing. And look how difficult it is for the Dutch to contain it. Here's a set for Ranghieri, and Italy go 3 clear. Oh, the crowd just love the sky ball serve, and they love that love hug to go with it.
Mesmerizing, that serve, and the Dutch don't know what to do with it. They pass that ball backwards, very confused. They look baffled at the moment. Here it is. It comes down with such force, and it's shanked backwards, putting them in a precarious situation immediately and giving the advantage to Italy.
Pictures on the big screen as long as the first grab.
9-6 to Italy. Carambula looks like he's going to serve up more. There it goes. Plenty of time to watch it come down. That's a better receive from the Dutch player. Oh, almost. Carambula with amazing reflex action there to try and save the ball, but Ranghieri didn't expect it back.
Well, he's deceptively quick. He just kind of hangs back there with that swag, that style that he has, but then he shows his quickness. He's always alert, he's always ready, and he's always thinking of creative ways to win the point.
Brouwer with service for Holland, trailing by 2. Ranghieri sets for Carambula, who's up at the net. Oh, and puts it just a little too low there.
Set was a bit too low right there. Good serve by Brouwer. They're probably going to target Carambula on the service because of the strength and the height of his partner Ranghieri.
Carambula once again. Little tip ball. Dutch read it well. Brouwer with the attack. Ranghieri's at the net blocking well. Meeuwsen just over the fingertips of Ranghieri there to level the score. Very important couple of points on the board for the Dutch team, taking the score to 9-all.
Meeuwsen, such a solid player. Both these players, Brouwer and Meeuwsen, but they've only had that one victory, that World Championship in Stare Jablonka in 2013. That put them on the map, and they would love to win another major event like here in Croatia.
Oh yes, Carambula puts it down the alley. Nice shot from the Italian.
I like that, Nick. You're picking up the alley. Right between the blocker and the antenna. You know how difficult it is to hit that shot.
Especially as the smallest player on the court. Here's Ranghieri with the service for the Italians. 10-9 ahead of Holland here. Brouwer on the attack. Oh, that's a very good spike. Timed it perfectly. My mistake, Meeuwsen.
It's difficult to tell the difference between Brouwer and Meeuwsen. They look so close. Good thing they're wearing, I guess, that different color Red Bull hat.
It's a good call, Dane. They look like twins. This is their number 2, Meeuwsen with the service. Carambula's up on the attack. Oh, and the block read perfectly. No problem whatsoever there for Meeuwsen.
And that's the big move by Meeuwsen. 206 centimeters, 6'9", going up against Carambula, who's just 183 centimeters and 6 feet. So Carambula is going to have to get creative, and we know he's really good at doing it. But so far, it has been the Netherlands going at Carambula. That's how they manufacture their points. What adjustments will Carambula make is the big question.
He's the tallest man on the court, Meeuwsen, and you can see how it helps here. Strong arms, direction of the ball just where he wants it. Carambula has no answer. Well, the timeout called, and it is 11-10 to Holland. As expected, the Italians giving us an entertaining show. As expected with the Dutch. Technically perfect play. Still anybody's first set to take.
The Dutch, very conventional. They like to pass set, spike, serve normal, like a traditional jump serve. The Italians, very unconventional, especially with Carambula, who's going to muck it up, mix it around, confuse you, mesmerize you, give you the sky ball, give you the deep shots, give you the off speed, give you the quickness. He's got it all. It's very contrasting styles, but makes for a very interesting match.
Meeuwsen serves for Holland. Oh, not the best of sets for Ranghieri. A little bit of a joust at the net, and the point is given to the Dutch, going too clear now of Italy.
Net violation on Ranghieri. I believe as he came down, he ends up brushing the net, so great call by the head official.
Again, Meeuwsen with service. Has to take it on the second ball. And an important point score there for Italy to stop the service run of Robert Meeuwsen. Carambula. Skyball, he's got a few other tricky serves as well. He's got a very nice float serve. But he knows that the skyball really does have the Dutch rumbled. Good block from Ranghieri. This time gets the better of Robert Meeuwsen at the net, and Italy level the scores.
I really enjoy watching Ranghieri because his technique is so solid. Here comes that jump serve. He hits it with that left hand with a lot of spin on it. And now it looks like the Netherlands starting to hone in on at least passing that ball, but then creating the offense after is another trick.
There's another skyball serve from Carambula. Great shot there from Robert Meeuwsen. Alexander will serve for the Dutch. Good side out for Holland. Ranghieri now sets the ball up for Carambula. Oh. Good work again from Italy. It's leveling the scores at 13-all.
Good adjustment by Carambula, getting that hit by the taller blocker. It's going to be a tall order for him the entire afternoon if he is going to be successful.
Good deep jump serve from Ranghieri, but unable to block at the net. Side out for the Dutch, 14-13.
It seems as if both teams are starting to settle in. Usually at the beginning of the match, you see a little trial and error, test the water, see whose nerves are in check and who is not, and kind of what the tendency that is going to happen on the opposition. But now everyone's settling in. That serve is long by Meeuwsen, but it's a filling out of the players in the beginning, but it's starting to settle in, and I think this is going to be an absolute battle to the finish, much like many of the matches that we have seen previous to this.
It's a semi-final, right? There's a lot at stake here. $14,000 plus for the winner here. Skyball serve again, and that's a huge serve from Carambula. The Dutch are struggling with it again, and there it is. That skyball serve has the world champions all out of position. And Italy put another very valuable point score down, 15-14. Adrian Carambula. The crowd are learning to love this sky ball serve.
Well, I love this serve. I mean, the last guy I saw serve this was Sinjin Smith. He had quite a sky ball, but nothing like Carambula. He's putting it so high in the air, so difficult as Meeuwsen comes from the right side and thunders the ball. But right now, Italy, I believe, in the driver's seat.
It's cool, Dane. I agree with you there as well. And they can control this sky ball serve. Meeuwsen is playing very well at the net. But still 15-all. Alexander Brouwer for Holland with service. That's too long. And that's the second successive service error from the Dutch side. Only adding to the confidence of the Italians. Ranghieri, Alex Ranghieri, 27-year-old from Rome, will now serve. He's already taken a gold medal this season in the Lucerne Open event on the FIVB World Tour. Ranghieri not only serves a good one, but shows his blocking skills. Italy are too clear.
And Meeuwsen looking for a call right there. The Netherlands kind of looking for answers. They're going to call a timeout right now and try to settle things down, but Ranghieri is owning the net. He blocks the ball nice and cleanly over the net. Not sure what Meeuwsen is pointing to or talking about. He's looking for maybe a bailout, but he's not going to get it right there. That was a clean block. The Italians are expanding on their lead. Let's take a listen to the Italians.
Hey, I want to be more aggressive. I want to come play for you.
I believe you, buddy. Well, you don't know whether they're having a very serious technical team talk or he's talking about the music that he's listening to in the court. Here's these sky ball serves, Dave. I mean, the crowd love them, I love them, and the Dutch clearly hate them.
Yeah, you don't want to receive the serve. It's difficult. I hated receiving that sky ball because it moves so much. It's coming down with such velocity. Look how his technique. He hits it with that nice left forearm, and he hits it as hard as he can to get as much vertical elevation from it, and that's what makes it so effective. But what he said to his partner Ranghieri was, I need to come more aggressive, and Ranghieri said, I believe you.
Great serve from Ranghieri. He's got the net again! This could be the turning point of the first set, and the turning point to go Italy's way. 18-15.
This block goes quickly off the head of Brouwer, immediately off his shoulder. Ranghieri getting up so high, pressing so hard over the net. The Netherlands do not have an answer for his wall of a block.
And the timeout didn't go the Netherlands' way either. Here's Ranghieri with another serve to the feet of the Dutch players. Oh, and is that long?
Touch. Ranghieri must have just had a micro touch because it did not look like a touch in real time. I thought it was out of bounds, but fortunately for the Dutch, they get their 16th point.
Ranghieri sets up the ball for Carambula. Tips it over the top. Here come the Dutch. Oh, again, Ranghieri's blocking. He's putting Italy right in touch here. Great work again from Alex Ranghieri.
That's the sign of a great team. Carambula cannot put the ball away with a roll shot that's dug by the Netherlands, but his partner, Ranghieri, covers him and stuffs yet another ball for the Italians.
The Italians are 3 points clear. They're leading 19-16. And here is Adrian Carambula with service. It's a float serve this time. Oh, very important side out for the Dutch team. 17-19.
Brouwer with a very sharp cut shot. Carambula was in the angle, but the shot was just too sharp, too good.
Brouwer with serve. Carambula attacking at the net. Oh, lovely touch. Love hug to celebrate. Oh, yes, 2017. It's set point for Italy.
Deceptive shot. Carambula looks like he's going to hit angle, goes back to the line, confuses the Dutch.
So Ranghieri with service for the Italians to take the first set here against the world champions from Holland. Good shot. Meeuwsen put that one away just when he needed to.
Here's where the pressure kind of turns up for the Italians. Can they receive serve and put it away? They'll have a couple of opportunities here to do so. It's about closing the door. Remember, you got to finish strong.
Robert Meeuwsen with service. Carambula's up at the net. Block. Good blocking. Now it's Ranghieri's turn. Second time of asking. The Italians take the point. The Italians take the first set. And Adrian Carambula and Alex Ranghieri are in the hot seat here in Poreč.
This is absolutely incredible to see Carambula and Ranghieri playing for only the second time on the World Tour, just controlling the match, taking it to an entirely different level. They're playing so well as a team. Look at this right here. Carambula gets blocked, but who's there? Ranghieri. He covers the block, and then Carambula sets him up, and then he says, if you don't put it away, I will. That's a great compliment to one another. That block way off the net. That's why the ball comes down between the Netherlands and the net. They have to seal the net there. Their blocking technique is a little bit sloppy, and I believe they're confused at what they're being thrown from the Italians.
The guy struggled in passing.
Okay, well, it's the second set. Carambula cannot wait to get out there and get on and pick it up literally where they left off. And this is a real test for the Dutch side here. They won the World Championship. They'll defend that title at the end of this month. Tipped by many for great things in this competition. Their pool play and their play in the round of 16, the quarterfinals, so impressive. But the Italians have rumbled them like they've rumbled everybody. Let's take a look at Alexander Brouwer serving for the Dutch here. Here's Carambula looking for the first point in the second set and gets it very nicely with a cheeky little tip ball. And Italy are on the march once again.
Yeah, I love it. Carambula, he doesn't care who he's playing. He doesn't care that he's the 31st seed and he's playing the 11th seed. He doesn't care that he's playing the world champions. He is going to take it to him, play his game, and look at this sky ball. So high in the air, passed well by Brouwer.
And Carambula's back for more. The Dutch thought they'd put that one away. Oh yes, 2-0. What a rally. The crowd can only applaud and look on in amazement. Great work from both of the Italian players.
They complement each other well. That's what I was saying. They cover each other. They're there. Look at the layout, the sacrifice. Carambula keeping it in play. The deep corner shot. Meeuwsen with an opportunity here. He hits the ball out of bounds, and then what does he do? Once it's out of bounds, he signals to the referee trying to get a call, but he's not going to get it. The Netherlands have to look at one another, start to dig down deep rather than look outside for a call from the referee or a touch from the opposition. They have to focus on their game and play the way that they're accustomed to, not the Italian style.
Again. Another sky ball similar from Carambula. Oh, and it's out this time, and that's the first service error from the sky balls throughout this match from Carambula. And it puts a little bit of a smile on the Dutch player's face because it really has got them riled and in all kinds of trouble. They're trailing by 1 set to love and 2 points to 1 in the second.
Yeah, it's funny, that sky ball that went out of bounds by a foot is what kind of broke that stern look and the focus on the Netherlands. They got a little laugh out of it. They're happy that it was out of bounds. Maybe that will loosen them up so they can play their game. And yes, another one. So ever since that sky ball went out of bounds, they seem like they're playing a little looser. Things rolling their way. We saw Ranghieri hit a ball into the net. Now a little dribbler serve. So that might be a turning point.
Well, the Dutch side go into the lead. Meeuwsen with service.
Wow.
No ace. Ball was out. Point to Canada.
That ball's in.
It's in.
Yeah, that ball is right on the outside of the line. Just a beautiful float serve. Looked like it was gonna go out, but the float serve drops and moves so quickly.
This is a good service run from Robert Meeuwsen. The Italians will look to stop it here. Carambula. Yes, a lovely shot. Side switch at 7 points. Holland with the advantage at 4-3. Italy will be serving next.
That is such a great shot by Carambula. Just pinpointing the line, just out of reach of Brouwer, who tries to sacrifice, tries to extend, but the shot is just too good.
Oh yes, that's a nice shot from Alexander Brouwer. Still a young side, these Dutch players, at 25 and 27 years of age.
Now they are so young, yet already world champions. It's a nice hit off the top of the hands of Ranghieri.
Here's Alexandra with that service. Good receive from Carambula, who now looks to attack. And that is another good shot from Carambula. Adrian Carambula is a bit of a journeyman in the world of beach volleyball. Dane, you've seen him playing over in the United States of America. He's from Uruguay. He now resides in Rome. But you've got to admit, he's an exciting player to watch. We all love this serve as well. Good put away there. Very nice indeed from Robert Meeuwsen.
Yeah, Carambula is just a crowd favorite. When the crowd sees something different, something unique in the style of play, it stands out. And he has caught everyone's attention here at this first major.
Oh, that's the second time that Robert Meeuwsen had a little bit of help from the tape on the net. Completely catching the Italians off guard, and a 3-point advantage now for the Dutch.
Oh, sharp angle. Perfect set by Carambula, and Ranghieri just kind of levitates as he gets up in the air. He hangs for a little bit, surveys the land, and then decides what shot he's going to hit. You see 2 fingers, that's angle block here. So Ranghieri should be blocking the angle here on Meeuwsen. Oh, he was, but not sharp enough. Meeuwsen gets it away, and Carambula over talking to the referee, trying to get a double contact call, but he's not going to get it. Here comes Ranghieri. He blocks the angle, but he doesn't block enough of the angle. He leaves the sharp angle open, and Meeuwsen is able to execute.
Alexander Brouwer with a service for Holland. Still 3 ahead of the Italians at 8-5. Ranghieri puts that one away very nicely. Well, it's easy to keep talking about Carambula with all of his touches and style, but Ranghieri is a solid blocker at the net and a real strong attacker.
He is. He gets up so high, and he has such strong arms when he presses over. A lot of players put up their hands and they're not strong, and they can get tooled out of bounds. Not Ranghieri.
Oh, that's only the second time he's missed that skyball serve.
I think that's the most surprising thing about his skyball is how consistent he gets it in the court, because it is a very high-level, high-risk serve, but he has perfected it.
Oh, good dig. from the Dutch side, and a deserved point win. Great work there from Alexander Brouwer.
The Netherlands starting to get a little bit of separation from the Italians. Maybe they have figured out the tactics of Adrian Carambula, but usually when a team figures out his tactics, he's so creative that he switches it up on you once again.
Now that 4-point advantage for the Dutch is looking healthy here. Dutch with service as well. Oh, that's a little long. Service error. 7-10, just 3 points clear now.
The big difference with the Dutch in getting this little run and getting a bit of separation from the Italians has been that jump float serve. A few have clipped the top of the net and rolled over for aces, and that has been the difference so far.
Good cross-court spike from Alexander Brouwer. And Brouwer, as you say, Dane, starting to show a little more confidence now in his game. He certainly have a lot more self-belief. Here's the Dutch captain with service. Oh, I saw that one coming, didn't he? The blocker, Robert Meeuwsen, tallest man on the court at 6'9" or 206 centimeters.
The Dutch have really turned up their serving, causing some trouble for the Italians. Here, this pass by Ranghieri is shanked 30 feet off the net. Carambula tries to set him up, which he does nicely, but the offensive player cannot see the blocker. He's hitting blind, therefore resulting in the Meeuwsen block. Smart timeout here by Italy to kind of slow everything down. Take a deep breath because Netherlands have figured it out. Let's take a listen.
I know the issue right now is a little siding out, but we can still be creating more points.
Beach volleyball outside the sun. How do you feel?
You guys not comfortable. You just need
You look beautiful today.
Don't let
Beach volleyball fans in the shade under the roof. How do you feel? Make some noise.
Adrian Carambula telling his partner that they're having trouble on the side out, but we need to keep the pressure offensively. He said that the Netherlands, are starting to get comfortable. Adrian is a master at keeping the opposition uncomfortable, so he wants to switch things up and try to make it happen for Italy. It's a very interesting point. When the opposition gets comfortable, you can start to feel it, and you have to make them do something different.
Let's see if the plan works. This Carambula.
Ooh, double contact.
That doesn't help the Italians at all.
Here it is. You got to do it simultaneously if you're going to set the ball overhand. It cannot come out one and then the other. It has to be simultaneous. You can't go one and then the other. That is a double contact violation. That is exactly what we just saw with Ranghieri. Remember, I always note it's a judgment call from the head referee. Too much spin on that ball, resulting in the point for the Netherlands.
Brouwer puts the ball into play. Ranghieri sets Carambula, and Carambula, oh, another split reaction. Keeps the ball up for Italy. He sends it sky high once again. Here comes Holland on the attack. And that is a lovely spike from Meeuwsen. 7 clear now, the Dutch on the Italians. This is going to go to a third set, surely, Dane.
Yeah, Nick, remember when I said that Skyball went out of bounds and the Netherlands got a little laugh out of it because they were happy that they dodged a bullet? Ever since then, they haven't looked back. They started serving tougher. It's interesting. A missed serve by another team usually doesn't result in an icebreaker, but they were very stone-faced and up until that point. They laughed. They showed a little emotion. And ever since that point, they've just been expanding their lead over Italy. Carambula giving direction to Ranghieri in the timeout.
Well, this is a fascinating situation for the Italians. I don't think they've been caught this far off the pace throughout the competition. It's interesting to see whether Carambula and Ranghieri try and save this set or let it go and then focus on the third set and try and come back at the Dutch once again.
Well, like I always say, unlike tennis when you're playing possibly 3 out of 5 sets, where it's a longer duration where fatigue starts to play a part, these 2 out of 3 sets are very quick. So you don't want to give up a set. You want to, even if you're going to lose the set and maybe go to the third, you want to at least gain the momentum back. So that's what Italy will be looking to do right now. Sure, they could come back. It will take a miracle to erase this 6-point lead that the Netherlands have. But if Italy starts to play with more confidence, with more momentum, that's where they want to be heading into a third set if that happens.
Well, they're heading in the right direction. Now jump serve this time from Carambula, and a nice one at that. Oh, and it's off the net and out. So another one of those points are pulled back. Italy now just 5 behind from 7 at the timeout. And once again, Carambula showing his variety of serves. Versatility here from the Italian player. Here comes Holland on the attack. Oh, Ranghieri this time on form. 10-14. Well, they're just 4.
They're doing what it takes right now. As you mentioned, a 7-point lead coming out of the technical timeout, and they have almost cut that lead in half, trailing just by 4. The Netherlands are going to have to take a break right now and rethink things. There's Ranghieri getting up so big. He gets his eyes, his nose up above the net. Such an incredible jumper.
Oh, it's so good to see the Italians come out just as the Dutch side on screen here, thinking that they got the second set wrapped in the bag, all done and dusted. 3 quick points from the Italians give the Dutch no option but to call their timeout. Think again when they've got the right tactic, because they must take this second set to stay in the match.
Well, what I was going to say, and what I actually said, is going to take a miracle for Italy to end up turning this thing around in the second set. But they're doing it. They're doing exactly what they need to do. Carambula has switched up his serve. He put the sky ball back in his pocket. He's doing more of a traditional serve. Ranghieri's blocking well. They're only 4 points behind right now. And as they creep closer, let's take note of the Netherlands and see if they tighten up.
Miracles do happen, Dave. Miracles do. It's another powerful jump serve from Carambula this time. Oh, wow. Touch of the net. 11, now down to 3.
He's feeling it right now, showing his arsenal. We've seen the sky ball, and now we're seeing the jump serve. Can Meeuwsen handle it?
That's a better set. It'll be a better attack from the Dutch. And side out, 15-11.
Very important side out point for Meeuwsen. There you see a beautiful set by Brouwer, and Meeuwsen right down the alley between the left arm and the antenna of Ranghieri.
Meeuwsen it is with the service. Ranghieri sets it up for Carambula. Oh, is that too deep? It is too deep. Oh, 16-11. He's furious. That was such an important point for the Italians to try and take, and it hasn't gone their way.
Well, it's so hard to cut into a lead, and the Italians have done it, and then to give one back. This one's about 4 or 5 inches from the back line. A very important shot.
But Robert Meeuwsen calls the service error, and that is a bad time to put down a service mistake like that. Not good. 4 points now in it. The Dutch still with a clear advantage. Let's see if Italy can get the momentum going again. Ranghieri will be the man to serve for the Italians. Oh, that's a shame for Ranghieri. It almost got it spot on.
Meeuwsen just a little bit too powerful on that hit. challenging Ranghieri, going directly right at him, and that ball was so close to being blocked, but it goes right between the arms. Nice hit by Meeuwsen.
Alexander Brouwer for Holland with service. Ranghieri takes it on the second ball, catches the Dutch out of position. 13-17. Good shot from Ranghieri.
Nice quick option play by Ranghieri. Here's the pass, and then he goes over on two, catching Brouwer a little off guard, almost gets it in the air. There's the line call for Ranghieri. Ranghieri will be blocking lines here on Brouwer.
Again, taking the second ball. The second hit is proving a valuable tactic for the Italians, narrowing that gap just to 3.
Perfect play right there. He blocks the line. He doesn't get the block, but what he does is funnel it to his partner, Carambula, in the backcourt. So even if you're not blocking the ball, you're taking that area and trying to funnel it to the defender.
Oh, that's another good jump serve from Carambula. Good shot, though, from Holland. Good shot from Robert Meeuwsen.
Cross court was absolutely wide open as Carambula ran into the line. Look at him hit the right side of the ball to make the sharp angle, and the nice follow through by Meeuwsen.
It's Meeuwsen with service. Oh, another service area from Robert Meeuwsen.
It almost looks as if he's trying to clip the top of the net and get it to roll over. I don't know, I'd have to ask him if that is the strategy. I've never seen that, but it seems like he's going for it.
Ranghieri now serving for Italy, trailing the Dutch by 3. Oh, the block was there from Ranghieri, but not quite the angle that he needed.
He's putting up a solid block, but he has to target that back into the court. It's just hitting on the wrong angle off of his arms.
Alexander Brouwer with the long, deep serve. Carambula, little tip ball, well picked up there. Set ball now for the Dutch, 20-15. And it's set point for Holland to level it all up and go into a third set here. Captain Alexander Brouwer with service. The first set point. Ranghieri now on the attack at the net. Times it perfectly.
Now's where it gets difficult for the Italians. They're serving the ball, usually at a disadvantage serving. Usually receiving serve, you have the advantage to score the point. The question is, can the Italians do something special? Yes!
It's an ace! Just when it needed. This fella Carambula has done it again. Oh, he shows no sign of nerves whatsoever. Can Mr. Cool pull off another?
That was precise. Can he do it again?
And there he goes on the third set point, 21-17. Holland are back in the match here. 1 set all. Some great play from the Italians, but solid, strategic, textbook beach volleyball from the Dutch duo gives them the second set.
The Dutch got a bit comfortable. We heard Carambula talking to his partner Ranghieri about it. They have to get the Dutch uncomfortable if Italy is to be successful. They keep challenging Ranghieri, going right at his block, so he's going to have to clean that up, put up more formidable block, maybe close those hands a little bit and take away the separation. It seems like he's got a couple of feet between his right and left arm. If he closes that up, maybe it'll be a more formidable block. But right now, it's going to be very interesting how each of these teams approach this third set, because we know how quick it can be. I would like to see Carambula go back to that sky ball and put that pressure on the Netherlands. And for Ranghieri, if he can clean up his block and get a few more points, that is the way the Italians will turn things around. For the Netherlands, it's about playing consistent, conventional volleyball, which they've already shown they're so good at doing. Can they play consistent here in set 3?
Of course, Dane has described the third set in beach volleyball as a sprint. It's the first to 15, but you have to win by 2 clear points. Alexander Brouwer and Robert Meeuwsen for Holland are up against Adrian Carambula and Alex Ranghieri. It looks like the Dutch captain, Alex Brouwer, will be serving to get this third set underway. 1 set all. This is for a place in this afternoon's final here in Poreč, Croatia. Floats the ball in. Ranghieri sets up for Carambula. Blocked at the net by Meeuwsen. First point on the board for the Dutch.
Not the start that Italy was looking for. Haven't been able to switch the momentum. They need a good pass here to set up a solid offense so that they can get the side out and awarded the first point.
River again with service. Ranghieri sets Carambula. Oh, yes, that's the finesse that we've been talking about from this Italian player.
So smooth as silk right now. He passes the ball, comes in, looks like he's going to hit, and then that pokey touch just out of reach of Meeuwsen.
Good, strong jump serve. Ball is good, right on the line. Holland 2-1 up against Italy. Good side out for the Dutch.
The Dutch are targeting Ranghieri. They're not hitting the ball at Carambula. They're going at his block, and he needs to somehow stop that ball, block it, or hit it up in the air so Carambula can run it down.
Meeuwsen puts the ball into play. Carambula on the attack. Another great score to level it all up at 2 apiece.
Italy with a nice set to Carambula. He likes a low set right in the middle of the court, so it creates some different angles for him. Successful there.
Ranghieri now with service. Oh, that's a good, powerful jump serve from the Italian. Oh, but Carambula unable to save that ball. A lovely cross-court spike from Robert Meeuwsen to give the Dutch the lead once again.
This is going to be a battle. I think this one will come down to it. The Italians have to play consistent, not give away any unforced errors and free points. The Dutch have turned up their serving game. There it is.
Oh, good work. A very important point for the Dutch.
That's been the difference. The serving game changed for the Dutch, and it happened early in the second set. And ever since, the Italians have not caught up. It seems like every few service attempts, the Dutch end up scoring a point, and that's been costly for Italy. Just out of bounds.
To gain some rhythm here now, the Italians. And trying to claw back the break point from the Dutch. It's Carambula with the service. Deep jump serve. Good shot from Alexander Brouwer.
Even though Ranghieri had some successful blocks early on in this match, the Netherlands right now are not respecting his block at all. They are going right at him, and why not? He hasn't stopped one in quite some time.
Meeuwsen, a little bit of help from the net. Takes it on the second option, this time Ranghieri.
It's crazy to think that this team of Brouwer and Meeuwsen are playing in their 42nd FIVB event together, where the Italians playing in just their second event, so 40 more events under their belt in terms of experience together.
Oh, and at last, the block works.
No, yes. Out of bounds, I believe. I think they're giving the call to the Netherlands. Here comes the block. As I said, the Netherlands are targeting. Look how high Ranghieri is, and look at Brouwer as well. Both players head and shoulders above the net, but that ball just catches the line, so Italy will get the point.
Leveling the scores at 5-all. Float serve from Ranghieri. Oh, good shot from Alexander Brouwer. He's having a solid third and final set here, the Dutch captain.
So impressed at how these players are elevating. They train so hard in the offseason, and we're just at the beginning of this season, the first major series in the history of the FIVB here in Croatia.
Carambula. Oh! That's the first little tip ball that hasn't gone his way. And it's a very valuable point score for the Dutch now, drawing 2 clear. Remember, we're only going to 15 in the third set, not 21 as we were in sets 1 and 2. Carambula looking to finish this. Oh, at the net, the big man from the Dutch side, Robert Meeuwsen, spots that one perfectly.
It might be time for a timeout. The Dutch are playing at such a high level right now. They're manufacturing their own points. There's Meeuwsen with a solid block. Carambula trying to cover it, but he not having balance on the ground like that, and kind of shanks it deep, and there it is. There's that timeout. You kind of had to do it. You could not afford for the Dutch to get up by 4 points. You have to time out, take a break, take a breather. A lot of pressure here, a lot of heat down on center court, and it'll be very interesting to see how Italy responds. Let's take a listen and see if there's any communication between these Italian players.
Communication whatsoever. Is that a good sign? Is that a bad sign? Do the Italians finally feel that they've met their match? But there is a silence down there. Let's take a look at some of the replays here. I think you called it, Dana. The Dutch players now starting to manufacture points from every opportunity.
Yeah, there's the shot down the line there, kind of honing into Carambula's game. And then Carambula gets a second opportunity. Nice dig, but the set in a good spot. Carambula can't get past the block, so 2 attempts for Carambula. Can't put it away, and the Dutch starting to feel it.
Here's the captain, Alexander Brouwer, with that service. The Dutch 3 clear, taking it on the second ball. Not successful, oh, but it does work out the way that Ranghieri hoped it would. They pull one of those 3 back. They're now trailing by 2, the Italians.
Here's a little bit of a lucky play for the Italians, I believe. The Netherlands making a mistake. You asked if the lack of communication was important. I think it is. You know, they just won that last point. There was no love hug. There hasn't been a lot of communication, and they're right in it. They need to stay together and communicate.
Oh, that was a great save from the Dutch players, one has to say. As much as we love the flair of the Italians, the Dutch technique and style is solid, rock solid.
Really solid, very consistent, very conventional. They train hard to be in the proper position, have the proper technique. And right now is where Italy needs to make a push if they are going to have an opportunity.
Oh, that is a great spike on the second ball from Ranghieri.
I'd like to see the sky ball now. I think it's a perfect time. Well, actually, it's not Carambula's serve, unfortunately. But the next time he does serve, I'd like to see that.
Ranghieri needs a solid serve here as well. This is where the Italians now need to dig deep if they're to put the Dutch out of the semi-final. Good save from Carambula. Another attack from Holland. Oh, and they get the better of the Italians at the net.
Well, beautiful dig by Carambula. Ranghieri did not set him where he needed to. Look at that set. It's 5 feet off the net. Remember, Carambula is only 6 feet tall, so Brouwer makes a great dig. Then he comes in, sees that the open court, cross court, and puts it away. Here we finally see a little communication, but nowhere in the length that we're accustomed to.
Struggling a little with the set, Carambula. A nice little tip ball, but it's spotted. Oh, that is a great shot. He was a little off balance as well, Alexander Brouwer. Full stretch.
Brouwer and Meeuwsen look solid right now. They're getting into their groove. Here comes Carambula. He tries the little cute deep shot, but it does not go down. They're not fooled. And then Brouwer sacrificing his body to put that one away. Here's that poke shot. Brouwer holds his ground, makes the defensive play, and more importantly, turns it into an offensive attack, splitting Ranghieri and Carambula.
And it's Brouwer with a service. 4 clear now, the Dutch at 11-7. Oh, look at that, the first bit of confusion between the two Italian players.
Well, it seems like the Italians have really thrown in the towel because they stopped doing what was working for them. The communication, the talk, the celebrating of the successes. And right now, the Netherlands continue to roll.
How did the Dutch keep that ball up? It's still going here. Carambula, all with his cheeky little tips and touches. Oh, it's come off the fingers, and that could be the turning point of the match here. 13-7 for Holland. Some spectacular play from all 4 players on court, but the Dutch coming out on top.
Yeah, I believe the turning point has already happened. The damage has been done by the Dutch. With this lead in a quick sprint to 15, Carambula, lack of ability right now to put the ball to the ground. The Dutch are putting everything up in the air that Carambula touches. And Ranghieri trying his best. But I told you earlier, they are not respecting the block of Ranghieri. They are going at it. They're challenging it every time, and that has caused frustration for the Italians.
From a physical perspective as well, Dane, the Dutch look the stronger of the two sides out on centre court right now. They look fresh. The Italians now starting to make just a few mistakes, but the errors are costly. Again, as Ranghieri goes for the ball on the second touch, they pull a very, very valuable point back, and they need to find a role now. And here is Carambula. Does he hear you? Does he listen to you, Dane? Does he go for the sky ball serve, or does he play safe?
I wanted the sky ball at 6-9. We're now at 8-13, so it's a little late for those antics. And they challenge Ranghieri yet again. Notice they're not hitting at Carambula. They're trying to hit directly in the direction of Ranghieri, and his block is not formidable, and it has been really costly.
It's match point for the Dutch. Meeuwsen with the service to go through to the final. Another service error from the big man. But they now serve receive from the Italians. Timeout has been called. Timeout has been called by the Dutch.
Well, now the pressure's on.
5-point advantage, Dane, surely.
5-point advantage, and they're going to have a number of match point opportunities receiving serve. And like I've noted before, when you're receiving serve in volleyball, you have about an 80% probability. You're supposed to win the rally. It's more difficult to score the rally point when you are serving. So the Dutch are in perfect position to advance to the finals in this first major series event, and they would be looking for their second victory. We would have to start to call them the big game hunters, because winning the World Championships, their only championship on the FIVB Tour, and if they could win this major series event, they would be well on their way. This is a team you're going to have to look out for, and a contender in 2016, the Netherlands.
Yeah, the Dutch were second in Luzern in the Open of this season. Fuzhou in China were runner-up, fifth in the Moscow Grand Slam. They're on a roll for the early part of the 2015 season, this Dutch duo. And let's see if the Italians, well, another miracle, a second miracle is now needed, Dane. Match point, second time for the Dutch. Ranghieri with a big jump serve, way too powerful. It's all over. Holland, Alexander Brouwer and Robert Meeuwsen progress to the final. They'll go up against the Canadians, Josh Binstock and Sam Sacha. As for the Italians, they will go to the bronze medal match and again face the Dutch in action. Reiner Numedor and Christian Varenhorst.
But just a beautiful match, you know, back and forth, very exciting, and the Italians now need to refocus their efforts as they will be in the bronze medal final. They won't have an opportunity to play for gold, but to play for bronze. Remember, Carambula, his best finish before this, a 17th, if you can believe it. Ranghieri has tasted gold, but this team only played together for 2 events, so they are still in a great position with a possibility to bring home a possible bronze medal. The Netherlands, you can't say enough about them. They are the defending world champions. They're starting to hit their stride. You could see in the second set, they got a bit comfortable, finally turned some things around, and they were on fire throughout. They took the Italians completely out of their game.
Well, they have been knocking on the door this season in the early part of the FIVB World Tour, twice the runners-up and very close to the podium and the medals in Moscow. So Brouwer and Meeuwsen, for me, are the favourites up against the Canadians. Let's go down to Julius Brink at centre court, who's with our winners.
I got them, the world champs, having chance to score the first gold medal except from your world champion title. How do you feel?
Tired, but really, really happy. And I'm so happy that my partner kept pushing me the whole match. Go for it, play every point by point, full energy, and I think he did an amazing job, and I could keep up with him. Really happy, really.
So it seems like with the orthodox style of the Carambula, it took a while until you got him. What was your key moment in the turning point?
The moment he stopped serving it. Yeah, it was a difficult serve, but at a certain moment I think we had the control. That's why he stopped doing it. And I think that's the trick for them. It's like the sky serve is really effective because people are not used to it. And once you get used to it, yeah, it gets easier.
So good luck in the final.
Well, again, the talk of the town is the sky ball serve from Carambula. And I wish he'd used more of it. You certainly agree, Dane. You wanted to see more of this sky ball serve. But I think it was a very valuable point there that the Dutch player, Robert Meeuwsen, said, once you get used to it, it's not such a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely. No one has seen it, and you don't see it very often. Nobody really has that serve on tour. So it's something special. Once you get used to it, it makes it a little easier, but it's still difficult. He also mentioned that when he stopped doing it was a great time. So Olympic champion Julius Brink is with the creator, Adrian Carambula.
Yeah, Mr. Sky and Curveball is with me. I mean, probably a bit disappointing, but talking about that ball. I mean, everyone is talking about it on scene, and tell me, how did it came? How did you get up? Is it an innovation by yourself, or why are you playing that ball all day long?
Yeah, just being creative. I mean, it is a big part of my strategy to get people out of rhythm so I can use this guy at the net. Today it was working, but then I think mentally we broke down a little bit. And they kept coming at us, so I didn't play very good personally, so a little disappointed for sure.
Thanks you for showing us.
All right, thank you.
Well, you called it, Dane. Mentally, he said they broke down just a little in the mid part of that match, and the Dutch, the experienced Dutch side, knew exactly when to home in.
Yeah, the Dutch played consistent. They played their game. There were not a lot of ups and downs. I thought the Dutch were a little rattled early on, but they settled in as the great team that they are.
Well, what a fantastic second semi-final. Congratulations to Brouwer and Meeuwsen, who progress through to the final. And the Italians, Ranghieri and Carambula, will go for the bronze medal. Let's not forget, this is the major series. 32,000 for bronze, 57,000 for gold. That's all we have time for now.